Now, if you keep getting the same objections over and over again, you know, I need to think about it, I need to ask my partner, I need to check my finances, then it's not actually a problem that your prospects have, it's a you problem. The objections that you face in the DMs or on a sales call, they're not random. They're actually, and don't take offense to this, they are a direct reflection of the weakness that you have in your sales ability and your sales process. And until you actually fix them, you are going to struggle to, firstly, close deals. Secondly, break through the revenue ceiling that you've been trying to break through for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. What I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to show you what's really going on here. And I'm actually going to show you how you can turn these objections and these opportunities to grow into sales. Now, most coaches, they think that objections are created when they say the price or when they get to the end of a call. I cannot tell you how untrue this is. Objections start from the very first message all the way up until the pitch or the giving the price. And it all comes down to how skilled you are at how you handle different scenarios in the sales process. So let me just give you an example, okay? Let's say, for instance, someone gives you a financial objection saying, I can't afford it. Now they're gonna be in one of two camps, okay? Now camp number one is going to be the camp of people that genuinely can't afford it. Right? Now these people should not be on a call, first and foremost, because you do not want to take sales calls and waste sales calls on people who don't have the budget to invest into your service, your product, whatever. So what that gives us is feedback. Now the feedback in this scenario, it shows us that we need to tighten up on our financial pre-qualification in the DMs. Okay? Now how do you do this? Obviously you need to ask questions around finances, around the person's budget, the person's ability to invest and everything like that. So if you're getting, I can't afford their objections, and they genuinely can't afford it, then that means that that person shouldn't be on a call in the first place, which then means that you need to do a better job in pre-qualifying prospects before you get them on a call in the first place. Then we have scenario number two, right? So let's say, for instance, someone says again, oh, I can't afford it, whatever. Okay, but we both know that they can because they've shown us, they've told us and given us indications that they can invest, but they don't have the money or they can't afford it. Now, what does that tell us? Okay, it tells us two things. It tells me, or us in this scenario, that you haven't built up enough of a value perception to your service, and ultimately that's a consequence of not digging deep enough, not finding out the information, not finding out the emotions, not finding out the feelings that you need to find out to create a larger gap so that you can create a larger perception of value in your service, in your product. So you can actually leverage and use objections, whether it's like before the call, whether it's on the call, as feedback to improve your sales process. Now this happened with a client that I worked with about 6 months ago, booking a load of calls, right? We were booking 10, 20, 30 calls a week, okay? But then the people that we were getting on calls in the first couple of weeks, they couldn't afford the product. So what we did, we took that feedback and then we ran with it and we applied it into our sales process, and all of a sudden we were booking less calls, but the people were showing up and they were paying in full, which is obviously what we want. Now, I want you to book as many calls as possible, but I do not want you to sacrifice quality for the sake of quantity, because if you do that, you're going to spend more time on sales calls with people who can't afford it, who don't want it, just to say you've been on sales calls all week. So we want to maximize the quality and maximize the quantity, but quality first, then quantity. Now, I want you to think about it, right? Why does it seem that some coaches get on calls, never have objections, and always close with a paid in full? And then think about yourself. Why do you feel as if you hop onto sales calls, you struggle to get a sales call booked, you struggle to get the prospect to pay in full, you have to drag someone over the line, you have to pull your teeth out to handle objections? Why is there a difference between the successful coach that closes paid in fulls every single day and you, where you don't close as much or set as many calls as you'd like? The difference between that coach and you is the skill set, okay? It's not their content, it's not their marketing, it's the skill set. When you want to take someone from being a prospect to a paid in full client, you need to possess a particular level of skills and a particular set of skills in order to do so. Your content or how likable you are will not get someone to go into their wallet, get their card out and pay you. That comes down to you and your skill set in sales. Ultimately, the skill set difference between you right now and the coach that you want to be, the business owner you want to be, is costing you money. And what's going to happen is once you develop the skill set to get to that position where you're closing paying full clients, everything like that every single week, what you're going to find is that you will naturally prevent objections from happening. What you're going to notice is that you're going to get less objections, people are going to pay in full more, and ultimately you're just going to have a nicer time on sales calls. You're not going to spend sales calls sitting there pulling teeth out handling objections. But the only thing that you need to do to get from literally here to your dream state is to improve your skills. Now, I'm not saying buy my course, whatever, because ultimately I'm biased. I'm going to say that my course is the best, but that is what it takes, right? If you're getting the same objections, if you're getting the same hurdles in sales, if you're not closing the amount of clients that you want, booking the amount of calls that you want, it's a skill issue. It's not a volume issue. It's not a marketing issue. Granted, there are things that you can do with your marketing to obviously enhance things, but it's not a case of you need to do more, you need to go harder. It's a case of you need to get better. And the only way you're going to get better is to learn. And the only way that you're going to get to a point where you don't handle objections, or you don't have to handle objections, or you don't get objections, the same objections every single time, is by getting better. If you sat there and you're consistently getting the I need to think about it, I need to ask my partner, I need to check my finances objection, then you're going to get feedback on what you need to improve. Okay, so just a bit of overview. If someone needs to think about it, there's no urgency and there hasn't been enough digging and value perception. If someone needs to ask their partner, then you haven't done as good a job of discovering that, because you could find out things about their relationship, how their partner feels, everything like that, that you can leverage to stop them from asking their partner. I need to check my finances is just a smoke screen for I can't afford it. What people will do is they'll just get off the call, not check their finances, ghost you, everything like that. And that tells me that you have built up value perception, urgency, and you haven't done a good discovery process. Here's the thing, now that you know why these objections come up, you can actually stop them before they even come up. And obviously, like anything, there is a step-by-step system to ensure that objections don't ever come up. And when you apply it, when you learn the system, when you learn the skills, once you implement the skills, you are going to notice that you're going to close more sales without the hesitation, without the ghosting, without the pulling people over the line, without the playing a character that you feel like you need to play to get a sale. Now, obviously, I break this whole process down step by step inside my course. The link is down below if you want to see more information about it. Inside my course, I literally show you how to structure your entire sales process, from the first message all the way to them paying you in full. The whole 9 yards in between, all structured, all broken down, all displayed in a way that you can take away and put into your business immediately. Anyway, that's enough plugging my course. If you watch this video and then you make the choice to carry on winging it and not really taking any of this video into consideration, what's going to happen is you're going to get the same objections every single time. You're going to get the same roadblocks to a sale every single time. You're going to continue to be frustrated. You're going to continue to make less money. You're going to continue to actually hate sales. You're probably going to start hating your business and everything like that. And ultimately, you're going to be stuck in a situation where you're just wondering, why won't my prospects buy from me? I can literally help them. Yeah, okay, cool. We know you can help them, but you just don't have the skills to enlighten that person to know that you can help them. See, if you're ready to stop hearing the same objections, the same hurdles, the same smoke screens, the same roadblocks over and over again, and you want a step-by-step system on how you can overcome every single objection and ultimately prevent them from even coming up in the first place. Now, there's a link down below this video where you can book a sales breakthrough call, which is basically just a call to see how I can help you, if my course can help you, and what that would look like. Obviously, it's not a pushy sales call. As you can probably tell, I don't do that stuff. So if you want to click that link, go down below, book in a chat with me, that's cool. If you want to just use this video, use it as a bit of a thinking point and reflect on the objections that you get and why they come up, then that's cool. But I'll catch you in the next video.